Praise the Lord. This is Dick Blackwell. Again, Friday morning, May the 22nd. Good to be with you. I've been talking about how the church, Grace Covenant Church, got land and eventually got it developed. Today I want to talk about one situation. We had to go back to, first of all, we had engaged an engineering firm in Harrisonburg to help us with the design and all that. And we had to go back to the city council for something. I can't even remember what now. But the engineer was with me. And he got up and talked. And when he sat down, I said, that wasn't correct. You need to change that. You need to explain it more correctly. He said, I'm not going to do it. I said, well, I'll have to do it. So I got up and corrected what he said, tried not to throw him under the bus, but it didn't make him look good. So anyway, I corrected it. So I go outside after the meeting, and he on the sidewalk in front of the city hall, and he said, I don't like what you did. I said, well, I don't like what you did. He said, you made me look bad. I said, I'm paying you to represent us, and you didn't represent properly. And he said, well, I didn't even want to come to the darn meeting. That was, my boss made me come. He was an engineer with this particular firm in town, but not the head. I said, well, you won't have to come anymore. I'll take it over. He said, you can't take it over. You're just an engineer. You're just a pastor. And he didn't say it in a nice way, to be honest. I said, well, I am a pastor, but I'm also an engineer. I said, I have a BS in civil engineering from Virginia Tech. I have a master's in civil engineering from Virginia Tech. And I've worked 8 years in engineering. I've done projects like this, and I'm going to take it over. And he said, what do you can't do that. I said, well, I can too. So I said, you tomorrow morning when you go into work, get your secretary to get a final bill, and we'll be taking the project over. He said, well, you have to be before that. He said, well, you can't just be an engineer. You have to be a professional engineer. I said, well, I am a professional engineer. And thinking back, there were times, it had been 10 years since I had done engineering. And there were times that we thought about not renewing my my engineering license. Didn't cost a lot, but there were times that were tight. But we talked together and decided just to keep it anyway, without really having any idea why we were bothering to pay to keep a license in engineering when I wasn't going to be using it. Turns out we really needed it. So I went in the next morning, paid a bill. Well, actually, I got the bill, and whoever writes out checks paid it. But so I took the project over. So I laid it out how we wanted to do it. And I went to the county, since we were in a county, I went to the county to get it rezoned. It was zoned for agriculture. Now remember, we paid $150,000 for 66 acres. And so I wanted to get it rezoned to to business and multifamily. Now, the city county line was right across parallel at toward the bottom of the property. And so I wanted to get about the first 22 acres, about 500 feet deep, and I can't remember how wide it was, to be business, and then the other 44 acres to be multifamily residential. So I went into the county. I drew up a little plan. I went into the county, met with the planning commission. They approved it. Then I went to the board of the supervisors, and they approved it. So we got, instead of 66 acres of agriculture, now we had 22 acres of business and 44 acres, approximately, of multifamily residential. We designed the roads and the water and sewer, got a construction company to build it. And when it was finished, we sold 5 lots across the front, in front of the church, business lots. First one was for $40,000, and the other 4 were for $50,000. They were 1 acre lots. Yeah, you can figure we made a good profit. And then eventually we sold the residential land, one section for about $25,000 an acre, and then the remaining part for $30,000 an acre. So we sold 44 acres for approximately, whatever averages out, $28,000 an acre. And the church still owns 17 acres of business property. It was really, really profitable to us to have that property, and eventually what we sold off was enough to pay for what we did. Now, in the meantime, we added stuff to the church, so the price was higher, but we were able to pay for it. What a blessing. I had no idea I was going to need my engineering services again, but we kept it, and because of that, I was able to make the design, save the church a lot of money, and we got just what we wanted. And with those experiences, I was able to go in and get it rezoned. Today, you can never get it rezoned that easily. It was a miracle. The Lord provided for us in a wonderful way. The whole situation with this property has been a great blessing. David Crumley, who was one of the elders at that time, oversaw the building, and we have a lovely church. Actually, we built 2 80 by 120 buildings. One of them with an upstairs, that was the social hall and the Sunday school rooms and all that. And we connected the 2 buildings with a breezeway. Both buildings were built so if any reason we ever moved away, we could use the buildings for warehouses. So we had 6-foot thick concrete floors, 6 inch. We were just trying to plan ahead. The Lord blessed us in so many ways. We give him a wonderful and thanksgiving for what he did. And tomorrow I want to tell you about, we had a problem with the intersection down at Road 11 and 81 where we connected. And that was another big problem. And I want to tell you how the Lord work that out. So if any of you are real estate agents, you know that we must have made one of the best deals ever made in Harrisonburg. And it was the Lord all the way. We give him thanks and praise. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We give him thanks for his way of providing for us when we don't know it. It seems like that's the theme of this whole thing, that he keeps making provisions. God bless you. You have a great day. Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.